We must gird ourselves.
Oh, hey, what's up? Hi, people. We're back with the Dream Drop Distance Nuzlocke, as advertised on Twitter and in Discord, in the arms of a Joshua, SKB, Gotham, and Dot. Their sacrifices will never be forgotten. But I probably will forget them eventually, because we're just cycling through the Dream Eaters, getting them in, getting the movies we need, and then, once they outlive their usefulness, I'll let the Wargoyle take them, do what they will. Thanks, Badroon Mancer. I'm wearing a gorilla shirt again, I realized, as I was getting ready. I was like, I was wearing a gorilla shirt on Tuesday. So, you should be getting audio. That's part of the whole deal, baby. It's a Fantasia. You got the visual spectacle and the audio. Speaking of, yes, tangentially, the Dream Drop Distance video, it's coming out on Saturday, I think. I mean, definitely. It definitely is. Yeah, PJ would prefer the stream of that audio. I'll talk to you while I get the code on screen. This is by Mega Turtle. I think this is a debut Blooket for Mega Turtle. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is all about removed KH worlds, so I'm excited to see what that's going to entail. I know, a handful of cut content things, but it's not something I'm fluent in as far as the series goes, so curious to see what it's all about. Cool. Debut for the turtle. But yes, I got a lot of work done on the video yesterday and today. I've really been in a groove, in a flow state, flow motion state even. Let me nudge that down a bit. Oh, not that. No, that. I have only 4 minutes of video left to edit. Besides, I have to record my outro thingy and then do the credits. But I can probably have this out for patrons by midnight. And then I'll probably make it what time should I release it on Saturday? In the morning? Later? I don't really know. I'm not really sure. They say it doesn't really matter what time you post it at, but I usually like to go for a prime time sort of spot. It depends, James. I know that's a boring answer, but depends on kind of how lazy I'm feeling. In my older videos, you go back and look, I will let it linger on one piece of footage for a long time, and it's still probably relevant to what I'm talking about. But nowadays, if I can, and even in this video, you'll notice that I don't always do it, but once even the sentence ends, I like to change the footage. Even if it's just B-roll of Sora fighting Dream Eaters, it's okay, well, that fits what I'm talking about, but I want different B-roll for this new sentence. So it's if I want to cut a corner or two, I'll just let the B-roll run uninterrupted for a little bit. But I like to try it because it feels better. It looks better, I think, when there's a natural break in the sentence, and then there's a visual break as well. So depending on how much I want to do that, then I can increase the amount of time it takes to edit. If there's any visual gags that I'm doing, or just whenever I do a list, I have this section in the world that never was that I'm so much happens in this world. The exam is hijacked, and Zigbar shows back up, and Zemnis tells you that nobodies have hearts, and Riku's a Dream Eater. So it's when I say all those things, it's not that long of a sentence. It doesn't take more than 10 seconds to get all that out, but I'm grabbing a different clip for each of those things in the list. So it's that takes longer. No, I know a lot of people don't actually look, but it's not really about that. It's about my own sense of pride as a creator, I guess, that I want it to. I mean, if it were, if in a perfect world, I would just, release them as podcasts. You know how much easier it would be if I just wrote it and then recorded it and didn't have to edit it? That'd be ideal. But, you need the visual component for certain things that you're talking about. You want to be able to refer to, a specific part of the game. Alright, let's do the trivia. PJ, you got my number, man. You just give me a call whenever you're ready to launch it. Let me get in here. Removed KH Worlds. Excited to see what the deal is. 7380348. I will be missing Pat. It's like missing no. Just a glitchy L block of a human. And my giraffe is vacant. Thank you. Okay, here we go. It is Mega Turtle with the debut. Removed KH Worlds Trivia. I'm still not that well rested. So I did not sleep for 12 hours like I said I would after the Tuesday stream. But I'm doing better than I was Tuesday. All right, here we go. What's up, Opal? Oh shit, it's typing. Believe it. It's gotta be this. Which world was shown to be playable in trailers for KH1 but was ultimately removed for the final game? Mega Turtle may have denoted if there was typing in this. I'm not sure. Apologies if that was denoted and I neglected to point that out. Yeah, there is definitely footage of Sora running in the colonnade, which is the big hallway where you gotta push Minnie on the wall. We do have a tender friendship. It's based on chicken tenders, but oh Jesus Christ, our love of chicken tenders. Popeyes, KFC, you know, those are our first 2 dates actually. Well, unless you count Reno, but that's less of a date and more of a, I don't know what you would call that. There's probably a good word for it. Okay, number 2. Hush. Oh. In Dream Drop Distance, data miners found an unfinished room belonging to a scrapped world. It was eventually determined that this world would have been based on what movie? Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis the Lost Empire, Treasure Planet, or Meet the Robinsons? What's up, Dash Cat? Yes, Treasure Planet. I actually referenced that in this Dream Drop video because I have to anytime I talk about Dream Drop. We always have to, you know, lament the lack of Treasure Planet. Number 3. True or false, the world based on Toy Story was planned for KH1 but fell through due to legal issues. Yes. I don't know what the extent of the legal issues is, but Nomura wanted it. There is an interview out there with him talking about, you know what, and you know, Zutra, I'm not going to say because it might come up as a question later, but you're not wrong to think of that association. And if it doesn't come up, I'll try to remember. Number 4. Ooh. I know it's one of these 2. Oh, it's one of these 2. Follow-up question. There exists concept art for KH1 that contains an icon for the hypothetical Toy Story world. What does it look like? Good. I knew Pizza Planet was in it, but I couldn't remember if it had the toy barn or not, so it was between blue and green. But yeah, they even made a world icon. Unfortunately, we can't see it because it's blacked out here. But yeah, I have seen that at least once or twice. Alright, number 5. In addition to Deep Jungle, which other KH1 world was set to appear in COM before being removed? Disney Castle, End of the World, Dive to the Heart, or The Realm of Darkness? I do know this. I've seen screenshots of this. Yeah, Dive to the Heart. I've just seen like one dusty JPEG. I don't really know what the intent was, if they were going to go through with the entire tutorial again. Maybe they would have taught you combat mechanics there, instead of Marluxia just showing up and being like, hey, I know you're like my enemy, but here's how to do card breaks. It's all part of the master plan. Alright, checking in at 5. I always kind of count it as a world. Dive at the Heart. Fruitoon, PJ, me, Griffin, and Rex. 6. this. I have said this out loud in a video, specifically the crocodile video. During the Deprestiny Islands portion of End of the World, there was an unused area that would have been the arena for one last fight between Sora and Riku Ansem. What would this room have been called? Ravaged Shores, Home Sweet Home, Island Remnant, or Crumbling Island? Crumbling Island it is. I think it's such a cool room. You can actually go look around in noclip.website. That's what I used for that image in the crocodile video. It's got like weird icy toothpaste on the trees. It's got some Paopu star stuff. It's spooky. I like it though. All right, number 7. True of false. In Dream Drop Distance, a world based on Mickey and the Beanstalk was considered before the team decided on doing Country of the Musketeers instead. True, false, or false, but they did consider doing a world on the Prince and the Pauper. Barbie and the Princess and the Pauper? Let's go! I knew green was bait. I knew it. I'd never heard this Beanstalk nonsense. I remember talking about it in the World Watch. I said that would be a cool segment if they did that. Although I guess they've explored this in video games, right? I think the Mickey Mania game that we played on stream, or I mean, the normal KH2 Disney Castle had a Beanstalk level. Preminger or Preminger? It's an important question. Number 8. I also discuss this. Maybe gives it away. It is pretty open secret, this one. Which previously represented Disney film was planned to appear as a world in Days, but got scrapped. It is, in fact, Pinocchio. The main piece of trivia there is that they had sprites for certain characters. I'm not going to say in case it... Not going to say...
We must gird ourselves.
In case it comes up in another question, but I literally put the picture up on screen in this Dream Drop video. Yeah, the organization swimming around in Atlantica, mermaid forms for all the org members. That'd be sick. Or they just breathe and walk around on the ground like calm. See? I knew it. I didn't say. Follow-up question. The scrapped Pinocchio world would have featured a character from the original movie that as of today has yet to make an appearance in the KH series. Who was it? Honest John, Figaro, Lampwick, or Stromboli? Yeah, make them all turtles, actually. Or octopi. Yeah, in fact it is Honest John, he's the fox, and then Gideon, his sidekick, the cat. I just realized that Figaro is like a regular cat, and Gideon's like a bipedal cat. So, kind of like a goofy Pluto situation for the Pinocchio universe. But yeah, there does exist sprites, like their talk sprites, in the Days files, but not implemented. Number 10. Oh, it's one of these. I'm just gonna say this. We all know about the scrap Jungle Book world and Birth by Sleep, but how many individual rooms from that world are still accessible in the game files? 5, 3, 2, or 4? Pinocchio is terrifying. I was scrubbing through footage of it on Disney Plus earlier today, and I was like, wow, that was horrifying. I've already seen it, but I forgot how scary it was. Ah, fuck. Oh, wow, it's way more than I thought. I was between 2 and 3, and I landed on 2. I can only really think of the King Louis throne room, but I'm trying to think of what else. I've only ever really seen footage of it once, and that's when I pulled it for, I think, the World Watch as well. Because I didn't really care about Jungle Book, so I never looked that deeply into it. 2 people got that. That was Mr. Unknown and Apollo. All right, number 11. I just talked about something like this in the video. During development of Dream Drop Distance, Sora was originally supposed to visit Space Paranoids instead of the grid, much like how Riku visits Monstro instead of Prankster's Paradise. Whoa there! That is so unfriendly! Oh. That is true. Literally a few days ago in Requiems, I asked if I could, like, get help finding the source for this information, because I went to the wiki and it linked to like this like non-secure website that was only in Japanese. But I think it comes from a Famitsu interview. I could be wrong. No, it does. Yeah, because I source it in this video, because I talk about it when I talk about the grid. Yeah, would have been cool. Sora in Space Paranoids again, Riku in the grid, but alas, all grid, double on the grid. More of that waiting for me today. Can't wait. Number 12. Ooh. I'm between two on this. Which KH2 world was originally planned for KH1 but removed due to technical limitations? Land of Dragons, Timeless River, Pride Lands, or Space Paranoids? Okay, good. God, I was almost the one person to click Land of Dragons, because I remember hearing something about the Assault Rider was originally meant to be in KH1, but I wasn't sure if that was because of a Mulan world or not. But then I realized that Pride Lands probably, removed technical limitations because of the, lion form. Too difficult. Although they managed to get Simba working. But you don't have to control him, so I guess it's not as difficult. Alright, 13. True or false, according to an interview with Nomura, Riku's version of Symphony of Sorcery was originally supposed to be based on Fantasia 2000, but this idea was scrapped since the original Fantasia already gave them plenty to work with. Oh wait, I should have picked the no interview thing. Right? Oh, it's true? Well, I had no idea. Well, that's crazy. I don't know how I avoided this. I didn't reference it in my script at all. Damn. Well, that's cool. Maybe Riku could have fought the Firebird. I haven't seen Fantasia 2000. That's all I really know about it. And I think like Penn and Teller are in it, or at least Penn. There you go. Learned something there. Number 14. Huh? Which of these worlds was featured in concept art for the cancelled mobile game Kingdom Hearts Fragmented Keys? Port Royal Arendelle, Baker Street based on Great Mouse Detective, or there is no cancelled game, stop lying to me. Really? I said Port Royal. I've never seen. I really hardly heard. Like, this rings a vague bell. But I couldn't tell you anything about it. Alright, number 15. Oh. What? I'm just gonna go with this. I really don't know. I feel like I'm missing something obvious. Worlds shown to be playable in trailers for 3, but ultimately removed. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I said Destiny Islands. I thought maybe there was like a clip of Sora running on the beach. Yeah. Which technically it is in the game, and Data Greeting. Can you not do Data Greeting Mysterious Tower? I don't really remember. If you can, I would still consider this, you can't play around in it in the game proper. Fragmented Keys was a game pitched by a third-party developer to Disney. I don't think it was ever officially greenlit. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's check in at 15 here. Shane, nice dinosaur, dude. We got Fruitoon, PJ, Griffin, Cheney, and Mr. Unknown. 16. God. In addition to Wreck-It Ralph, what other film was intended to make its cage debut as a world in Union Cross? Zootopia, Moana, Princess and the Frog, or none? Yeah, this one's tough. I really don't know. Good. Because I had never heard of either of these being close to making it in, I went for none. Although Moana and Zootopia have medals. I don't think Princess and the Frog. Is Princess and the Frog not represented at all still? Because I can't think of, and I am not a Union Cross aficionado, but I am at least aware of these two movies having representation. That's crazy. Wow. All right, 17. Oh, man. In the aforementioned Kingdom Hearts Fractured Keys, one of the... Wait, wasn't it Fragmented Keys? It was Fractured? I don't even remember. One of the planned worlds was that of Star Wars, but which specific part of the franchise would it have been based on? The original, the prequel trilogy, the Clone Wars TV show, or it was never planned? Fuck. The Clone Wars? What kind of wacky game would this have been? I just thought this, like, this Fragmented Key, Fractured Keys thing, it definitely said fragmented. I would just like it sounded like an older thing, so I didn't think that Star Wars was even on the table. But Clone Wars, wow. 18. I don't ever remember reading this, but I don't know how to read. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. An interview during the release of BBS Final Mix, Nomura mentioned that a Robin Hood world was briefly considered for the original game, but ended up scrapped because it had too much visual overlap with the fuck. I knew it. I knew that I never read this, and I would have heard it. So why didn't I just trust my gut? Stupid ass. All right. 19. I do know this. Which Disney TV show was allegedly considered to be a world in Kingdom Hearts at one point? Kim Possible, Darkwing Duck, Gargoyles, or Phineas and Ferb? They did get my ass. A real Mr. Plow maneuver. He wishes. Yeah, Gargoyles. I think for KH1, it was briefly on the table, or at least considered, but I don't think it really even got to the point of concept art. I could be wrong, but I've never seen any. All right, 20. During a data breach of Success Corporation, the company behind Kingdom Hearts Key, internal documents were found relating to a canceled browser game called Kingdom Hearts Dark Reflection. One of the documents contained concept art for a world based on which live-action Disney movie? Chronicles of Narnia, Mary Poppins, Enchanted, or I Will Not Fall for Your Deception. Yeah, Gargoyles was on the Disney afternoon, wasn't it? Yeah, this is all bunk. A load of bunk, this.
What a load of bunk!
All right, final question, 21. Oh. Please accept this, because I didn't type the name of the fucking place. I typed the property. Which world was announced for days in an April Fool's issue of the magazine Electronic Gaming Monthly? I know this. But if I had to type East High, I'm gonna be pissed. Good. High School Musical. Although you should get credit if you if you typed East High. But yeah, High School Musical is what I initially remembered. There's screen caps, fake screen caps of Luxord and Roxas in the world. Okay, let's see our leaderboard. In third place, it's me. In second, Fruitoon. And in first is PJ. Wait for it.
PJ.
What else?
I lost to a bunch of losers like you. Ah!
And in fourth, it's Griffin, and in fifth, it's Chain. And for top 10, it's Apollo in sixth, Mr. Unknown in seventh, Dendorado in eighth, Just James in ninth, and Rex in 10th. Thank you to Mega Turtle for a really cool Blooket. I like this cutting room floor content. I learned something about the Fantasia. I was gaslit. You know, what more could you ask for? I'm gonna say 60, flat 60%, 51. All right, and hurdle time. That is the afternoon streets. I don't know why I'm in caps here. KH2, Twilight Town. Okay. Spotle. Yesterday's was Bad Bunny. I did get it in like 4 or 5. I don't remember what my path was, but we know how the path begins with gorillas. We're British. We're British and we're new. Said Sheeran. Right? British, more popular, one guy, male, not alternative, way past 2001. Ed Sheeran, done. Fuck. I was ready to mute it. I was ready to mute it because I didn't want to have to hear fucking Shape of You. Okay, so we are a male pop star from the UK. Harry Styles? I feel like Harry Styles is already an answer, like within the past month. But I'm gonna go for Harry Styles. He's pop. He's pop. He should be higher than Ed Sheeran if he's not. I'd rather listen to 20 Harry Styles songs than one Ed Sheeran song. I don't even think that's a really unpopular opinion. Come on. What the fuck? Felt really good about that. Okay. We're past 2017. Who the fuck is still... Who's coming on up out of the UK? A guy. I can't think of any British people. They're all old. Or ladies. I don't want to look at chat yet. 2017. So within 5 years of that. So 2018 at the earliest. I was going to say, I think Sam Smith is British, but Sam Smith would be like... I remember some of those songs in high school, so that doesn't make sense. Oh, what the fuck? Male pop stars from the UK that aren't Harry Styles or Ed Sheeran. I might need to look. I might need to get some help. I keep thinking of 21 Savage again, but he's a rapper. I'm looking. That's a good point. I did forget about that, PJ. Thank you for correcting me. Lewis Capaldi. That is a familiar name. I would not have known British. Okay, so let's try that. Thank you very much. Was never going to get that one on my own. I always get Lewis Capaldi mixed up with, like, Lucas Graham. Same guy to me. They're probably not. I mean, I know they're not. They're probably not the same person. But for some reason, I feel like they were like... No, that Lucas Graham 7 Years song, I hate that song. I feel like it was getting a lot of play around the same time as this guy coming up. Although I could be wrong. It could be like 5 years prior to this guy. Okay. Well, kind of an L for me. Really never would have gotten that without the chat's help. But my friends are my power, so thank you for the assistance. Okay, let's... Now I'm curious, actually, now that we bring up Sam Smith, is that... Would they have, like, a tag for non-binary? Like, is Spotle progressive enough? Does it work? They do? Cool. That's cool. Because that's never been an answer, and I don't think I've ever guessed a non-binary person for Spotle, so that's good. We love inclusion. Okay, let's switch on over to Dream Drop Nuzlocke. I had to remember, I almost said KH2 foot percent. I'll see you over there. Bye, Von people, and also Lewis Capaldi's nuts.